Compare the following fractions. So we have these guys over here. Now, we haven't learned how to find common denominators or how we don't know any of that stuff. So if you know how to do common denominators, don't do it because it's gonna be just not fun. Whenever I see fractions, the first thing I think about is, can I reduce them? So I can reduce this guy, I can reduce this, I can reduce this. I can pretty much reduce all these. And another thing in math is a lot of the concepts and what you learn previously will apply to, they're just tools. So if I see the tool of, oh, I can simplify this guy, or I can simplify this guy, that means you're doing something, you're on the right track here. You're using tools that you've learned in the past to make new problems easier to solve. So let's use the tools that we have learned. We haven't learned common denominator, but we have learned how to simplify fractions. So let's do that. So this guy over here, 6 over 12, I can divide the top and bottom by 6, and I get 1/2. Okay, so now it's 1/2. So then this, basically I can write this. I'm not gonna rewrite this, but essentially what's happening is I'm comparing 1/2 and 4/5. Okay. Now, is 4 portions of 5 greater than or less than 1/2? Or is 1/2 less than or greater than 4/5? Well, we know that if this was, think of it like a pie. If I get half a pie, that means I just get this much, right? But if I get 4/5 of a pie, that means I get most of the pie, right? I get most of the pie. So 4/5 will be bigger. Let's move on to the next problem. So again, what can we do? Well, we can make this 3 over 12. We can divide the top by 3 and then divide the new denominator by 3, and we get 1/4. Let's do the same here. We get 2 over 10, divide the numerator by 2, the denominator by 2, get 1 over 5. Now, we have two different fractions, 1/4 and 1/5. How do we know which one is the greater fraction? Well, think of it this way. If I have 4 pieces of something, or if I have 5 pieces of something, and I get one of it, what portion would actually be bigger? Right? If I have, let's say I have some kind of pie, and imagine they're all equal pieces, so let me try that again. And I get 1/4 of it. How does that compare to if I have another shape, or another pie, and I get 1/5 of that piece? Well, I'll actually get more pie if I have to only share it amongst 4 slices, right? If the pie is split into 5 pieces and I get one of those pieces, I get less pie than if I had 4 pieces of a pie and I get one of that piece, right? Just think of it that way. Like if you have a big pie and you're going to cut it into 4 different pieces versus if you're going to cut into 5 different pieces, getting 1/4 of that portion, of this portion, will be greater than getting 1/5. Because if you cut it into 5 different pieces and you get one slice, that slice will be smaller than if you were to cut it into 4 different pieces and you were to take one of those pieces. That's kind of the imagination that is helpful here. Nonetheless, it's much easier to look at this and think about it than to look at this and think about it that way. At least for me. Maybe for you, you can see this and think, wow, yes, of course. All right, so let's continue to the next one. Let's simplify both of these guys. So 4 over 16, divide by 4, 1/4. And then this guy, 5 over 20, divide by 5, 1/4. So now we have 1/4 on both of them, which means that these are equivalent, just disguised.